Welcome back, MTG Joe here, and today we're going to be playing some brews in Standard. I have about 3 or 4 deck lists I want to try out. We hit Mythic, so it's time to play a couple more off the beaten path decks. With Kaldheim coming out, we want to be kind of exploring other cards that might be relevant in the format. I have begun posting deck lists for Kaldheim decks. Up on my Aether Hub, I've done Grixis, Lurrus, Tybalt, so like a Lurrus Companion, Grixis Shell, Tybalt in there. And then I did Red Black Giants. I'll be working on a bunch of deck lists as always for the early streamer event, which I'll be streaming on the 27th of January. So what we have here today is a green-black ramp, green-black Wurm troll combo. But basically what we're trying to do is get ahead on mana, play Clankbridge Troll, which is a 5 mana 8/8 trample haste. When it enters the battlefield, your opponent gets 3/0/1 goats. They can sacrifice a creature to tap our troll. If they do, we gain life and draw a card. But what you do is you play the troll, then you play Massacre Wurm, sweep up all their tokens, and make them lose a bunch of life. The rest of the deck is what I would call as a green-black rock style deck. Basically just a bunch of removal and kind of well-efficient threats. We have a smattering of removal and Bloodchief's Thirst, Eliminate, Heartless Act, Mythos of Nethroi, Extinction Event. And then we have some ramp in the form of Wolf Willow Haven and Cultivates. So we do have a higher number of basics in the deck. We have some Chevelles. When we kill things, we can take advantage of that and gain some life, draw some cards. Some Maze Mind's Tomes to draw cards. You have Pelucranos to fight. And then Vivian and Garrick as your Planeswalkers on the top end with a big Ugin to kind of wipe things up. You have Symbiosis to also help you find either half of the combo. Mana base wise, it's pretty simple. We have a couple Fabled Passages, the Trinome to both cycle but also add white to Nethroi. In a fringe case, you have some Temple of Maladies and then some Castle Lockwains. The sideboard, we have Cling to Dust for like graveyard decks, Duress versus the control matchups, Chainweb for rogues, Ooze for graveyard decks, Wilt for any of like the Dimir or like the Yorion decks, the Blink decks, the Doom Foretold decks. We have some Elspeth Nightmares, another Murderous Rider just as catch-all removal, and then Shadow's Verdict versus like Gruul or any of the small creature style decks where we just want another sweeper in. So let's test it out. I think I'm like in the 100. Okay, so I'm like mid numbers in Mythic. So let's fire it up. We also have Hateful Auras, Counters, Rakdos Giants. Basically tweak the Mardu Giants list. I think it's better as Rakdos. But yeah, I'm excited for Kaldheim. Lots of sweet cards. If you do have suggestions for decks you'd like to see, cards you'd like to see built around, do drop a comment in the YouTube comments. And as always, if you're there and you like the videos, if you can, like, comment, and subscribe. As well as if you want to know when we're going live on Twitch, as always, you can just hit that follow button on Twitch. All are free and easy ways to help out the channel. So we'll jump into some standard action here. I will be playing in the MIQ next weekend on the 16th. It is historic, so I'll probably be playing my Mono Red Collected Company Spicy Cocoa deck. Man, we are just not finding anyone today in ranked. Hey Alex, how's it going? See if there's any players. So we'll play out some brews and then we'll probably flip over to some historic as well. I haven't played as much standard. Patty Cakes, how's it going? What's a huge snowstorm by your like level? I'm always curious. I'm just curious. I'm not here to like, you know, shame. I'm just it's always fun to see like what people view. Alright, awesome. We haven't been too bad here actually. It's been pretty mild by our standards, which has been nice for at least the dog walks. So I think I'd rather prioritize getting the Cultivates to the Maze Mind out this turn. I think we'll put that away. So this could be Doom, this could be Dimir Control. Could still be Dimir. This is probably a pretty bad matchup. We're playing number 37 on the ladder. Doesn't matter. Get one of each. So in this matchup, we want to try to stick one of our Planeswalkers. I was worried about playing this. This deck seems better against creature decks. Yes, this is Dimir control. I'm going to see if we could bait them into countering. Okay, well. You want to counter the tome? They don't. Cool. So we will... Il Greco, how's it going? I'm doing well. Yourself? Yeah, I could imagine. Did they like clean the streets and stuff, or are you just kind of sitting around waiting for it to melt? How's it going, Il Greco? Thanks for stopping by. Okay, this would be a good turn to drop a threat. Unfortunately, we're 1 mana short of dropping down this Ugin this turn. Nice, I'll check it out. So I think we're just going to get more lands, thin out our deck. See what we get here. Okay, so we got the troll for next turn. That can bait something out of them. We're pretty far like ahead on lands. We just have to actually stick a threat now. That's 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm going to play around Jawari Disruption. Nice. Let me know how that pans out. I never have luck with the Blood Sun decks. I always seem to draw them in like different orders. So I don't love giving them a card draw here, but it gets around Ugin and I want to try to ultimate this. They most likely have an answer to my Ugin, but this forces them to play it out on their turn. Ugin's not great in this matchup. Like, at least Vivian makes tokens, same with Garrick. They'll likely have removal here. Yeah, I was hoping to just not run into this matchup. Our sideboard will bring in like a Murderous Rider, some Oozes. I'll probably just bring in the Arachniers just to have some pressure. I imagine they start cutting a lot of their removal against us. So they have a Crawling Barrens. We should probably have Crawling Barrens in this deck. That might have been an oversight. We can cycle. I think we're just going to cycle this turn. I'll set up the Wolf Willow next turn. I think we might just concede this one. So it's important against like decks like this to just know when you're behind. Like, we're not going to win at this point. They basically have 5 cards with 2 cards drawn per turn. They have their win condition on the board. So you're unlikely to actually win in these scenarios. So instead of informing them more information, like, they've seen our troll already, but it's likely that they're going to have removal for us is the thing. So like, I'll play out Wurm here, and then if they counter it, we'll probably just pack it up and then bring in our sideboard cards and try to have a better matchup, because this is likely gets killed anyways. Because they'll have like extinction events, so they can easily deal with just a 6/6. This is basically a vanilla creature in this matchup. what we want to do is play against like a creature-based deck where it's kind of odd too. We haven't seen any of our removal. Like we do have like eliminates to hit this. If we can take that off the battlefield, we might stand a chance. That's fine. So we'll just draw a card here. The reason I didn't want to draw then was they do play Extinction Event, so I wouldn't want to play out my Chevelle anyways. That's the only thing at instant speed for 2 mana, or at sorcery speed. And the thing too is they can like draw a card, play Yori, and blink it, reset both of these, and then just have a lot more card draw going. Heartless Act's not terrible. Let's start with attacking. Let's see what they do here. So that was basically 6 mana Time Walk for them. Puts them in a pretty solid spot. So I'm going to do this so I can both draw a card and present this Heartless Act if needed. See if they want to pop this. And I'll probably draw first, see what we get. Yeah. With the event, it's kind of annoying. Okay, they're just going to try to close this out. So we were hoping that they'd slip up and kind of play into the Heartless. Okay, that's perfect. Do this. Because we can deal with the Brazen Borrower. The Brazen Borrower is not too bad in terms of like clock damage. I was hoping for a Masker Wurm. Could have dealt some damage. Hey McEvo, how's it going? Thanks for stopping by. See if they tap down here. They might just have removal here. Or choose. Which one are you playing? Game of Modern? I don't have any Modern decks. So they're probably going to set up an Extinction Event here. So we'll see what we have on top. I think that's a keep. Just make a 2/2 here. Because even if they Extinction Event, then it's something we can attack in with. And I still have the Heartless Act for this Borrower. Or even just use it for this Yorion. Kind of surprised they took 5 instead of just giving us a card. Like, unless they have Event. Well, I guess their life total doesn't really matter here. Ah, they just have Ugin. Well, that's fun. Boros aggro. Well, the annoying thing here is Vivian tokens can just keep getting zeroed. Yeah, we do need Crawling Barons in this list. Let's just go Trample here. Just pass the turn. See what they do here. Weed, how's it going? They just have all the answers. I still have 3 Blood Chief, but we know we're drawing this Temple here, so it's a little awkward. There are 50, so we can't even really rely on the mill out plan here, just because they are a Yorion deck. Okay, let's see if we can find a Blood Chief's Thirst. Thanks, appreciate it. We are trying out one here that's a fun one, but our opponent is playing the Nope deck. So they are against fun. We are like 98% into garbage time. I have basically the answer of Blood Chief's Thirst or this Mythos. Just take this out. They're also effectively have like 12 more life here. Just using this now because it's a use it or lose it situation. We ever gonna draw this? No, I'm just gonna concede this. At this point they're likely to have counter spells, so it doesn't make sense for us to kind of just be spinning our tires here. So I'm gonna play Oozes, gonna play Arachniers, we'll play the Wilts. We'll play that. Bring in the Murderous Rider. In this matchup, let's see. Okay, so the Heartless Axe are pretty bad. The Blood Chief's Thirst, we could trim a couple. Wolf Willow just gets hit by Ugin, which they've shown. Pelucranos is just a big stupid thing. Probably trim on a Wurm. It takes time. Like, I was really awkward when I first started. I still am kind of awkward. We just don't have really tools to win this matchup. Like, they just drop Ugin and then it's kind of game over for us. Trim a Nightmare. This is basically just delayed Duress, which honestly isn't even that good in this matchup. We'll just play real Duress. I'm going to try to win with the Chain Web. We'll play this 1 or 2 games, see how it is. If it's garbage, then we'll swap to a different deck. This deck is like, you want to see your Gruul decks. You want to see like these weenie style decks for the combo, but not against Dimir. This hand's pretty terrible. Okay, whatever, we'll keep. Put back. I'm gonna put back Eliminate for now. We don't have great options here. So this Arachnier with a Dream is gonna get us there. 20 turn clock, let's go. You know what, we can use Lions. I don't think there's enough to build around them for kicker decks. I haven't played too much Standard, but it's pretty much dominated. You have like your Gruul strategies, your food strategies, your Yorion Blink piles, and then like, it's pretty much it. Just keep the land. Alright, 24 turn clock. Well, I guess you have your cleave decks. You could have mono red. You can have the fringe like Boros deck in there. They're digging. They're probably trying to find land here, is my guess. This isn't really presenting a clock fast enough to warrant. Yeah, and that's surprisingly the perfect tool for us right now. I think we're just gonna... The thing is, we're probably okay against Gruul. I think we're just gonna concede this match. We're not really gonna accomplish much. This is gonna exile our Arachneer. They most likely have an answer to this troll. Show me an answer. Yeah. Let's go play another match. We're not dead that turn, but we don't really have a way to beat that matchup. I do think we want some Crawling Barons in the deck just to hedge there. That's something that seems like a easy inclusion. That would make the deck a lot better. Honestly, we don't even need Fabled Passage. Full of four Barons. Let's run one more with this deck, see how it goes. We might have to pivot to a different deck. How's everybody doing today? I have been enjoying Historic still more. It'll be good once like Kaldime's in, just because you have a bigger card pool. It should help differentiate. Gruul's powerful, because the thing is, like, you can deal with them on one axis, but then they have a lot of haste threats with the Planeswalkers. Standard ladder queue's been slow today. Let's try one more time. Hopefully not another Dimir control deck. I think with the Barons, though, we'll have a little bit better of a game plan. They can also attack through Ugin. Just try to find a game going. Alrighty. Let's see if we could troll King. Or troll Wurm, not troll King. We are playing against the devil, Lucifer. Sounds probably fine. I think we lead. Yeah, that's the problem. Like, at least Historic, like, I was playing meme decks and we were doing well. But right now, this meta is, like, really not forgiving. Okay, so... It could be rogues. I actually don't like Chevelle with the Heartless Act. That's one thing that's a bit of a non-bow. Yeah, so they're rogues. So this is another matchup that might prove to be a bit difficult. Okay, no plays there is good. We'll probably take the point of damage. We'll just deal here. If they have the counter, they use it. In retrospect, what I probably should have done was gone Maze Mines this turn. Next turn, done the Heartless Act, because then I could have untapped and dropped Troll. see what they do here. So this will gain us some life. Okay, so they're playing Brazen Borrowers in theirs, and they'll probably have Zareth San as well. So that is something to be mindful of. Looks like they're on... they could be on just Flash. So I'm actually not gonna Heartless Act here. Or play out the Troll here. They have Heartless Act. So what we're going to do is just draw a card and then cycle this. And then try to run out this Garrick. Could also just... Okay, so if they've shown the Brazen, that's fine. So they have Heartless. They can't play out Brazen this turn. So let's see if this sticks. Okay, so they're on Negate as well. It's a little annoying. Probably should have baited it out. Weird timing there. So here they can flash this in, can play this out, draw a card. I just want to get a bit more. I don't want their my 5-drop to give them 3 creatures and then play into that. So we'll probably see Brazen Borrower here. We don't. Their sequencing has been quite weird. Sure. Also, bouncing Maze Mine seems kind of lackluster. Like, you gave us an extra draw. So I'm actually going to do this because it's more mana intensive. Save that for future turns. Blood Chief's good. So we have Event anyways. Let me draw a card first. See what they do here. Okay. They're not really pressuring us. I could get, and I'm just gonna start charging these Barons now. Guess we cultivate. If they want to counter this, they can. See if we can entice them. So I think at this point I keep Chevelle. And so I can draw Chevelle, play Chevelle this turn. That baits out the Heartless Act. But I kind of want them to play out the Brazen Borrower, so we'll just pass the turn here. Because I want to start using these. Get into the story. Got a ton of mana. We just need to start getting some threats. I imagine they have Eliminate as well. been very judicious. Wow. Slandered that word. Alright. Love to see them discard a card. See what they do here. I really don't care about Chevelle. It's basically something I just want to either take this Heartless Act hit or take out another counter. 1, 2, 3, 4. So probably draw a card. Cool. You know what's cool? When you don't wait to see what... Like, we're a Golgari deck. We're not going to have counters. This could be Cling to Dust. Essence Scatter. That's fine. We're just getting all these counters out of their hand. Thieves Guild is a little annoying here. We could see Zareth San. I think we're actually... I don't want to get hit by Zareth San. I'll trade here. Because they take my Garrick, and then that's a lot harder for me to deal with. Like, I don't want to necessarily use the Blood Chief's Thirst. Yeah, Crawling's a sick. Like, this is, I think, the card we were missing in that first game. Just being able to, like, sink extra mana into it. Like, we're going to trade here, which isn't the best, but if it keeps Zareth San off the board... His opponent's evaluating their life choices. Also, as much as I could get them to tap down on their turn, it's better. If we draw, like, Vivian, Massacre Wurm, Ugin, these are all cards that we're going to want to sneak in. Alright, opponents. It's very simple. You either play a spell or let me go to blocks. Okay. So that was going to happen anyways, even when we attacked. See if they flush this in. Cool. So because they're not like the turbo mill version, I'm not as like worried about milling out. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Do we draw now? Yeah, we probably just draw now. Okay. 1 turn, no duress. 1 turn, no duress. This will be a good card to try to sneak in. We can just charge up anyways. Okay, so that's pretty much a dead card at this point. Let's just throw threats, see what they got. If this hits a drown, okay, it doesn't, which is nice. So then we'll go reach here because of the Brazen Borrower. I'm just playing out cards from the top of my library right now. We could have like waited and then tried to cast the combo next turn. But it's very easy that they had a removal spell for this and they attack my Vivien down. Yeah, that's fine. Heartless Act notably can't hit your beast. This is easy trade. And they're kind of out of gas here. We have no more basics, so this cultivate's dead in hand. Cool. So your board versus mine. Here's my troll. You want to give me a card? Thank you. Probably just charge this up again. So I'm going to kill one of these. And then we'll just start attacking in now. What's it going to be? Thank you. Take advantage of this now while they're tapped out. Hit them for a lot because this will come back next turn. So now they got to deal with my board, deal with my barons, and then we have some answers anyways. I think them giving us that card draw. Okay, so they might have Cling to Dust here. Highlighting my Wurm and my Vivien, my Symbiosis. I can see you, opponent. What's it going to be? It's a Heartless Act. Cool. Opponent's got a few redraws here. That's fine. Because the thing is, we can kill whatever they play in response to blocking. Still have Pelucranos in my deck, 2 more Massacre Worms, and 1 more Troll. Another Vivien, and then the Ugins. So lots of top decks. Opponent is taking their time. Feels like they've played like an extra 10 minutes. That's weird. Okay, well. Let me see what we got here. So I think I'm going to do this. So what they did is they targeted their own spell and then escaped said spell. I don't want to show them Ugin yet. Okay, so in this matchup, Shadow's Verdict, bring in these, bring in these, bring in the Rider, bring in the Nightmares, bring in the Duress. Okay, cutting. I actually don't think Ugin's great here. I want all the removal. Just like for their threats. Can probably just trim the worms on the top end. They just get hit by stuff. Vivien's good. Derek's good. I think we cut the troll. I like just the whole kind of big end combo. Nah, I think we keep a couple trolls in. Wolf Willow could come out. Doesn't really do anything here. Trim a couple cultivates. I think that's fine. Actually, just trim all the cultivates. We're not going up to 8 mana here. The games will go. One more cut. Probably trim the extinction events. We have a lot of targeted removal. They didn't show a lot of creatures, so I think we just do it like this. Because like we could win with the Arachneer. We have 4 Crawling Barons, so they have some answers to it, but not a ton. This would have been a good match against Lucifer to be playing an Angel Tribal deck. Sounds kind of crap. The hand, like, we had the double. Didn't really do much, though. Just play those out. They can block if they mill. Kind of drawing into these is a little awkward, but whatever. Can block a Brazen Borrower. Cheville. This is just kind of a whatever. Okay, so they Salumdi. Cool negate you have there. So it's good to know that they have this negate. So we want to play around with this Vivian. They notably only have 1 blue. So if they're playing something like Didn't Say Please, the creature side of Brazen Borrower. Here, we're not presenting a massive clock, but we can just use this to draw cards. Actually, Extinction Events there is pretty good. Maybe I should have held back one of them. Just play this out. So let's see if they hopefully tap out. They probably won't. Two cards. They've also like main phased their 1-drop rogue quite a bit. Just weird sequencing with some of these cards, like why you need to do that now. Also, Shadow's Verdict with our Arachneer is not the best combo, but I want them to tap out. Zach of all trades, thank you for the follow. Appreciate the support. Probably drawing a card here. They're not presenting a massive clock. Can take 4. Give me a land. Going well. How about yourself? How are you on this fine Sunday? See if they want to negate here. Okay. So I'm doing this before, so in case they kill it, I can... Okay, so it's 2 negates out of them. Which is fine. Nice. That was my yesterday. I've been helping my mom move. So I got quite lazy by the end of it. Okay, so we have enough to cling to dust. They're cling to dust. So that's probably going to be our turn. I think it's important to take advantage of that. It also empties our graveyard. So Lumdy puts 5th card. Heartless Act can take that out. Which I think we're fine with. So we'll do this. They do have enough mana to Heartless Act and Cling. I should have probably Clinged then. See if they see the line there. Okay. I want him to tap out. Of course, we draw Pelucranos. Here... Probably fine. Whatever, we'll keep the tome on top. They're going to mill us over. I don't have any creatures in my yard right now, I don't think. So this ooze isn't as good. I think we just go Pelucranos here. If they have another extinction event, they get rid of their Thought Thief as well. If they have Jawari Disruption, then we don't get hit with the troll. They brought in Mystical Dispute. Sure. Thank you for setting that stop trigger well beyond the point. You're... How many cards? 6 cards. See what they do here. We'll be able to escape Pelucranos next turn. It's been an interesting match. Whatever. This speeds up the clock. Or it eats the Heartless Act, and then I can play out Clank Bridge Troll. Or just play Pelucranos as a 12/12. Heartless Act wouldn't have worked because of the trigger. It's actually pretty good. So what do we have? 5 that I'm short. Can escape this. I think we're just escaping here. Nope. Keep that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Could have another counter spell here, but we basically get 6 cards out of our graveyard. It's an interesting list. It hasn't been the best against like these Dimir based decks with just heavy removal. I was hoping to run into some like Gruul, stuff like that. Another counter out of them. So next turn what we're probably going to do is this Cling to Dust, exile some stuff, and then play Murderous Rider. Probably try to kill this. I've wanted one more land. Okay, second Thought Thief. Okay, so now we're going to Shadow's Verdict. We need to hit that now. Okay, that's fine. Does this resolve? If it doesn't, I kill this one in response, and I get my card draw. Gain 3 life. Doing this now just because I'm concerned with them having blue mana. We can play this out next turn. It plays around Extinction Event. We can also just Cling to Dust for some value. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Huntsman. What are we gonna do, opponent? Gain me some life. We're only at 19 cards. We're not drawing at this point. I'm going to do the eliminate on their turn. Top them out. Trigger's already on the stack, so we're kind of playing a little dangerously, being at 19 cards, but probably going to escape this Pelucranos next turn. That's fine. Duress is actually nice, because if I can get Garrick down... And we have the Nightmare. Thank you. Don't mind if I do. Then next turn I can just do this, get rid of one of the blockers. Because now we have 5 points of damage. That's fine. I have an active Garrick. I want to do this one just because it... so this is an interesting turn. Because I can do this, but then that plays me pretty hard into Extinction Event. Don't think I care about the mill, so we'll just play this out. And then we'll just take... Okay, into the story. 3 cards. Land Extinction Event. Not the land they need. Is this a quick GG? Okay, Thieves Guild. Let's get rid of this negate. Let's just do this. And swinging for lethal. Got him.